Hello everybody, this is Madiha reporting love from St. Catherine's Monastery in the mountains of Sinai. I'm going to show you how beautiful this place is. Very peaceful, very grand, very glorious. And today I wanted to share with you an insight I had while in this sacred space. And there's something to be said for sacred spaces, or spaces where there is so much space for stillness and soulfulness and inner connection that you almost can't help but find the deepest insights. And that's part of the message I wanted to share with you today. And this is something you know, but I just want to take us to the next level, which is this, that all insights, they come from the inside. From the inside. All insights come from the inside. All liberation comes from the inside. So I was thinking about the message of Awakened Woman today, and it came to me directly that the motive, the intention, the invitation of Awakened Woman is to liberate women, but not to liberate them in the way we are used to liberating ourselves, or the narrative of human history, which is human rights and fighting and wars. But instead, this is a liberation from the inside out. It's a liberation that happens when you're able to tune in with yourself and discover your inner landscape, the places where you are entrapped, but from within you, where your freedom is given away by you, where your fears and your guilt are imprisoning you. And so liberation becomes a very internal process. That's why it's a feminine liberation, because the feminine is all about the internal world. And the masculine is out there getting, it's out there doing in the world. So when you start to think of woman empowerment or woman liberation or freedom from the eyes or from the view of the sacred feminine, you're not thinking she's out there and doing all of that, although that becomes a reflection because the outside ends up reflecting what happens on the inside. But instead, what you'll see is a woman who truly knows herself. And that's why you're here, because you are a woman who's ready for that kind of liberation. And every day you are finding more parts of yourself within that you're working with to release, to capture more of who your soul came on earth to be. And that's why when you liberate yourself, you liberate your mind, your heart, your life, your purpose, your relationships. And that's why for me, my whole purpose is not to liberate you. My whole purpose is to liberate myself. And receive that, because that's all you can do as well. A lot of women message me, they want to change the world, they want to inspire the world, they want to speak on stages. And the truth is, the only way you are able to inspire others, to lead others, is by first being the source of that inspiration, that liberation. So in my life, from day one, when I started the process of really empowering myself and realigning with my soul, liberating myself from society, education, relationships that didn't serve me, my job, my comfortable life, to jump into the unknown. Because freedom, it's very closely related to the unknown. Freedom requires you and me to trust the unknown. And so, if you're ready to liberate yourself, remember that the first thing you have to do is go within. So the community of Awakened Woman, we're all about that. We're all about freedom and liberation, but it's an inwards process. It's a centering process. The foundation is coming back to yourself. Step by step, you start to create, you start to go out in the world, but first you go back inwards. What brings me joy? Where am I still feeling trapped? Because wherever you feel trapped in the world, whether it's the educational system or your parents, it's where you, inside of you, are still trapped, where you yourself are still a child. So for me, for example, really working through that attachment I had to my parents, because I remained a daughter, I remained a child until I decided my value for freedom, my value for my evolution was higher than that. And I started to untangle it. Where do I feel attachment? Where can I let go a bit more? Not from a place of rejection, but from a place of embracing more of me. And all things that are not fully aligned with my values and my soul and my joy, and my choices in life, then I start to weed them out. My job. I had a wonderful job. For most people, that's how they would see it. But it was not aligned, and so my liberation included quitting my job. My liberation included jumping into the unknown for 2 years and just trusting that the road would take me to the places and people that would feed my soul, and indeed it did. I had the most awesome jobs on the way until I decided I wanted to be my own boss. I worked in a conscious kindergarten, and the shock there was that was the best job I could possibly have. There's no better job than working with children, with joy, with laughter, with simplicity, with so much love. And so the journey took me towards liberating my ego, which wanted a position and a CV, and realizing the best job was the one that brought me the most joy. And eventually I created my own brand, my own job, and became my own boss, liberated my core, my purpose, so that my voice could be heard. Because before that, I always got in trouble. I worked in Mind Valley as well, and I got in trouble for making posts or sharing things on my profile that were not in alignment with the company's profile. Same thing at the Conscious Kindergarten. I got in trouble for posting about my voice. Things that were not the things that the owner of that company would like to say to the world. And all of that was my teacher. All those moments where I was not allowed to speak my truth were my guides, telling me if you want to liberate yourself, if you want to speak what you want, then you can't be working for anybody. And so that's why I decided to quit and to not have a job. Of course, I worked my plan so that I would have savings to live on. But the liberation process happened because I knew what was in alignment with my soul and what wasn't. And working for someone and being controlled in my expression was not in alignment with my soul, which is such a free soul. It's probably one of the freest souls that's walked this planet, and I am still liberating myself. That's why you're here with me today. You're not here with me where I'm a fully liberated human. No, you're with me on the journey. You're with me every day, every week, where I'm liberating more of my voice to share with you, where I'm liberating more of my body. Like, I want to get a tattoo soon. I just want my body to be a canvas for art, for beauty, for sacred symbols, for activations. And so that's my reminder that it's a process, liberation, and it's an inside-out process. And the more I liberate myself from within, my judgment, my fears, the more I can embody the liberation and the freedom. And the same goes for you. So find a place today in your life where you can liberate yourself a bit more from the inside. Maybe it's a belief, maybe it's an attachment, maybe it's finally admitting your deepest desire is to just travel the world for a year. Just find that place that will liberate you, just to acknowledge. And then the rest will follow. I send you all my love, and it seems this kitty cat who's been brushing against me, she wants to say hello. Alright, I think that's enough. Sending all the love from St. Catherine's. But we'll say hi to the audience. Say hi to the Awakened Women community. Any message you want to send to the women who are on the path of liberation and awakening?
Listen to Madiha. A soul on fire can set the whole world on fire.
Love is the real temple, the real monastery, the real celebration, the real sacredness, the real ascension. صح بابا؟
كل شيء بتحكيه صح.